Hey, everybody. Welcome to the stream. You guys are having a wonderful Wednesday. Sorry I'm a little bit further away from the microphone if I'm meant to be. But let's get going. It's Wednesday, and as always on a Wednesday, that means it is Kerbal Space Program Day. I'll be honest, really didn't want to play Kerbal Space Program today. I've been playing so much Minecraft as of late that I have only wanted to play Minecraft because I've got so many good ideas for that server you guys have seen. So what? Sorry, I'm still trying to dial in my music here. Anyway. But we are here. I'm gonna play for 2 hours. I'm gonna do like I normally do, so that you guys don't miss out on it, and I can get my usual folks in here and make sure that they get their fix of Kerbal Space Program for the week. But what I want to do is I do want to show everybody. Let's see. All right, let's get this game on. I do want to show you guys this wonderful little thing. Hopefully it's at the right size and all. Look at that, it's perfect. All right. Well, cool. Let's talk about this. Like I said last time I played Kerbal Space Program, we were going to set up a communications relay around Jewel, because without this relay, the closest relay point we had was this guy right here. And he was only getting out that far, so if Jewel ended up over here by the next transfer window, we weren't getting connection. So what I needed to do was make sure that we got a probe set in orbit. And so over the weekend, right after my Friday stream, I did play a little bit of Minecraft, obviously, but then I played a little bit of Kerbal Space Program, and that included building this here, building and flying. I'd say flying this. You saw me build this the other day, but if I come out here, so this is just path, so this is the closest hop we have. But as you can see, we have a signal bounce through the relay. We can transmit science, and we have a direct connection to the Space Center, which means our signal strength is high enough. From here, as you can see, Nye Island. We're connected directly to Kerbin. So let me show you. So there's our path. If we go by the path, here's all the vessel links. This is just 2 other probes. So we've got really good connection out here. Now that this is out here. And then if I go full network, you can see the full network, and we are very connected here. And so our biggest worry right now, when I brought it in, I did have a couple encounters with planets, and so that's why my the eccentricity's kind of weird. I tried to keep it this way so it didn't collide with any planets. But literally just before stream, we had an encounter with Tylo way over here. Which kind of made things a little bit weird, which is why my apoapsis is so much higher than my periapsis. But we do still have some fuel, if needed, to go from there. But yeah, we're set up fairly well for this. On this version of the game, all we need to do now is actually fly. Okay, but I wanted to show you guys this, that way you just didn't suddenly notice that we've got full connection here. Why do we have full connection here? It's because I did things over the weekend between the last time we played and this time we played. Okay, and I'll reference the VOD again, or to people who show up later in this stream. I'm gonna reference the VOD, that way they can check it out. So hi VOD viewers, love you to absolute death. Thank you for watching. Obviously live viewers, thank you for being here. I really appreciate that. But let's we got some good music on today. I just noticed that was a really good first choice. I'm kind of proud of Spotify. We don't have not that we don't have good music on Wednesdays with these streams. It's just that it's such a mix-up whether or not I'm going to get a good first song. This is a good first song. Floating Worlds is nice. I look forward to seeing what's left. I think I actually can. I've got some room on my screen over here. Let's see if I can open up my queue. That way I can see what's up next. Oh, hey, look at that. It's Mercury Redstone by Everyday Astronaut. That's really nice. That's also a really good song. But okay, again just wanted to show everybody this. That way no one was confused when suddenly we're on the actual Joule 5 flight and we see this little plucky little probe here giving us signal. Excuse me. So, what are we doing? Okay, let's continue then. We're gonna switch over to our we're gonna save the game because I did do a small engine burn to keep us from crashing into Tylo. Quit to main menu. Again, as many times as I delete quit dark multiplayer, it's still here. Twitch. Testing for Twitch. Alright. Again, we're going to do a bit of testing today. Our goal is to try and finalize a design for our lander. So we're going to come to the space plane hangar and try and build a lander. A hold vehicle, rather. So let's see. So we got the start of the mothership here. Okay. And with this start, make this... Okay, it's already at the long. Take this off right now. This is going to be our crew storage. This is also where we will need to... Let's go ahead and attach... Actually, let's do it this way. What we're going to do is make this an actual usable capsule. So that means we're going to need utility, radial mount parachutes. This capsule needs at least 2, so there we go. That means we also need a heat shield. Fantastic. Right. That's gonna burn up in re-entry. That's completely fine. We don't care about that. Okay. From here, let's attach one of these. And we are going to disable this staging because we do not want it to go off without intention. Right. Okay, from here, we now need to bring back out that piece we just had. Here it is, mobile processing lab. Okay. And now with the mobile processing lab, we can now begin adding other experiments. So things we need to do in orbit around Joule. And we're going to turn off symmetry mode. Pretty close to the middle there. Okay, I've never actually used that before, so we'll see if it's any kind of useful. Okay. Man, they're just giving me all the Everyday Astronaut music first thing here, dang. Okay. There we go. Okay. Make it a bit easier. Actually, gotta undo that because now we can set the action group for, let's call this one number 9. Have them all collect all. That way all of them get used. Okay. Now we can go back into the build and come over here. Squish them all in like that. And they're out of the lee side, so that should not experience any re-entry heating at all. Okay, add that. See, what other temperature, what other things we need done? Temperature, barometer. Don't really need one of those. Okay. And see, the thing that I did also notice, I did also just remember, is that I have to take science down with me. So I need to build a lander around the Science Junior, unfortunately. There we go. That is good and flush now. Okay. Excuse me. So great, we've got our science portion. What we now need is what we now need is, I guess, this to be an actual stage now. So what I want to do is, let's actually look real quick. I'm coming over to the side here. And, man, this is another really good one too, jeez. We're gonna look at Joule 5 motherships. Just to get some design ideas. But yeah, the biggest thing is we can truthfully, again, Tylo is still the hard part. Tylo is still completely the hard part. Because like, I can't remember if it was Acorner or Space Nerd the other day, a very common thing that I see like online, or that I've been seeing online, is that you can use your ascent stage. So use a 2-stage lander for Tylo. You need high thrust to weight ratio. You need high delta V for that lander. Okay? Because obviously, again, you're landing basically on Kerbin just with no atmosphere. So you need to burn a lot. But for the other 3, besides Lathe, obviously, the other 3 non-atmospheric, you need a fairly low thrust to weight. You just need, again, you just need some delta V, so you can use the ascent stage from that Tylo lander. I'm now also seeing a lot of people here. Let's just look at the official rules, because there are official rules for a Jewel 5 challenge. Obviously, no cheating. Yeah, I'm not gonna cheat once we actually get the thing started. Rule number 2 is no part clipping. I'm sorry, not going to follow that rule. Again, I'm going for a general Jewel 5. I'm not going for the full challenge, okay? So I'm going to have to do some part clipping. I cannot stand to have a massive piece like this just sticking out the side. So that's not happening. Any number of launches are allowed to assemble the ship in low Kerbin orbit. Okay. I didn't know that that was one of the rules. So that will make my process a little bit easier. Because if I can launch... Okay. So the idea I'm having right now... Let's say we try to launch it in multiple goes, right? Which I think we're going to try to do. Oh, kicked out of the game. What I think I'm going to try to do is going to be something like this. We've got, obviously, all this section here. We're going to need a lot of fuel. I'm going to take that oxidizer out. Because this stage... Hold on, let's... Why is that so wide? Am I crazy? Did I forget how wide this thing was? That's completely possible. Okay. We're going to take the oxidizer out. We don't need the oxidizer. Okay. And then back here, we need just a ton of, let's see. Great. Great. Okay. Great. Fuel delivery looks good. Okay. For this, that is not nearly enough thrust, or that's not nearly enough delta V. Still quite a bit. Table staging. Normal difficulty or harder, any comnet settings are allowed, including turning it completely off. That's what we've got on our thing. It's normal difficulty. I do have some comnet settings to actually reduce efficiency. So... Obviously, stock, DLC, modded, it's all allowed depending on how you do things. We're going for first level challenge, so 1 Kerbonaut lands on all the moons and comes back safely. I'm aiming for... Granted, I'm carrying 3 here. Presently. but I'm only going to have one in the landers. Because I think what I'm going to try to do is have the seats and then it being controlled by a probe core that will allow me to bring down a scientist or an engineer or whatever else is needed for that ISRU stuff. Okay, so rule number 4, on funding for only one ship, so all the crew, landers, everything has to go to Jules' one big ship. Once it leaves low carbon orbit, cannot obtain fuel or more parts unless it mines and refuels itself using the ISRU system. Okay. I'm just trying to think, like, what exactly are we aiming for? That's what I'm kind of mentally preparing myself for. Tylo, you want 5 kilometers a second? I'm hoping that's saying in total. Huh. Okay. To get back on track with what I was thinking of. Obviously, I'm doing my best not to just, like, steal designs directly from, like, obviously, what's his face? Matt Lown has done it a bunch of times, so, like, I get that it's something fairly easy to do, but I really am trying to not just, like, obviously steal ideas from all that. I did see an idea for a lander that I really liked, that I will have to, I'll have to try and make today. Alright, so, I think, we will obviously, we will come back to this idea. I like the concept, and I like the attempt. So we're going to come back, we're going to save this, and we're going to come back to it. Let's switch editors, because this is another idea that I saw that I actually quite liked. So we use the Mark II lander can. And then we use... we use this to help out with... something or other. We put a clampetron here. Great. Lights on. Lights on. Just make sure I have my shape right. Okay. And then we need... Is it this piece? I don't think it's this piece. Unless maybe it is. Is it this piece? Might be. Okay. With this, we need to carry... Where am I looking for? Electrical. We got to carry solar panels with us, obviously. Let's actually bring these. Sick. Okay. We're going to squish it down in because I can't stand to have it just way out there. Okay. Okay. And then, gosh, what was it? It was... Okay, we take all... Okay, that's already only liquid fuel. We then take the Mark I liquid fuel fuselage. Okay. Was it RCS? I don't know if it was RCS. Seemed like a little bit extra here. I'm trying to think, like, it looked very specific, so I'm trying to go by memory here. So some of these options aren't exactly, you know, aren't exactly what I want to go for. Okay, and so for there, we've got, let's change our, let's close the pilot's handbook. For, what is it? It's Tylo. 0.55, but we do have 7,000 meters per second, which is 7 kilometers per second. So that gives us more than enough landing room. Let's actually move these up slightly. Yeah, pardon, gosh. First off, ow. Second off, sorry, that was really loud. Okay. And then I'm fairly certain I don't put landing gear on it. Yeah, that's a pretty big jump. 0.2 tons takes away... What is that? It's almost 100 meters per second. Yeah, I guess we can try it. We'll try it, we'll see what goes on, and then we'll go from there. Okay. Just in case, though, let's try and make it about that height. Okay. And again, this is a what's it called? This is the sandbox mode of the actual thing. So you're gonna see me use cheats here in a second to throw this thing to Tylo. It's fine, don't worry, I'm not cheating. I'm helping myself test. But I'm fairly certain it was a design like this. But again, I have 7,000 meters per second. So the hard part genuinely is going to be deciding, do I Tylo test, what is this, like my 5th iteration? We'll call it Tylo test 5. But essentially, Tylo's gonna be the piece that's like, okay, do we use ISRU or not? Okay. See, I think all 3 pieces of that are on the ground. Looks like it. This has no form. Hold on, revert flights back to vehicle assembly. This has no form of reaction control or module like that. Anything else this thing needs? I'm gonna bring some lights. I hate trying to do landings like this and not having lights. Okay. And then crew, take a pilot. Hire a bunch of Kerbals. Okay. So obviously I need a pilot, I need 1 engineer, and I need a scientist. Great. Okay. And if I can get something like this to work out, the plane itself I've got set in stone. Like that thing, all I have to do is get it to orbit. Genuinely. The mothership, all I gotta do is get it to orbit with enough delta V to actually make the trip there and the adjustments necessary to land. This thing is gonna be the hard one. Because this is a lander that's going to go to at least Tylo and Val, if not also Bop and Pole. Where's Tyler? There's Tyler. Okay. And genuinely, the thing you have to worry about here is entirely just speed. Because again, I've seen people suggesting you need 5,000 meters per second of delta V. This thing started with 7,000 in orbit. Obviously, it won't have 7,000 when it's in orbit. Okay. Try it again. Okay. I'm just going to leave it at full, to be honest with you. But yeah, genuinely, the part we're fighting is gravity. There is no shortage of God, this thing dips down so quickly. Oh, it's underground for a second there. Okay. So clearly this is not the one we want for this, but with that much delta V, this should have no trouble with all the others, though. So let's test it real quick. Okay. Bop. Bop is one of the really small ones. Yeah, 91,000, 26,000 meters. 164.6 meters per second is an orbit around this thing. Yeah, this is going to have no issue. Like, genuinely the problem with Bop is that it is so small. It took like no delta V. So if this thing is coming from a mothership, it's gonna have no issue. And again, these are gonna have Kerbals in it, so these don't have to have control. What just happened? Well, that's right. She can't see right out the front window because the frickin' what's it called? Is there the docking port? That's one thing I do also have to consider for this. Like, I need probably a little bit. Probably should change these to like monopropellant tanks, so that I have monopropellant to use. Ah, crap. Well, I just accidentally killed one of my Kerbals. Oh, it's because I still had my freaking Time Morph on. Well, hey, this at least was able to land and use, like, almost none. And it's strong enough to stand up on its... That is so funny. Okay. Well, we did lose a Kerbal, but dang, okay. Let's just, I'll pitch over now. What's happening there? Which I don't have those things turned off here. Okay, well, we know this can land on Bop. Great. Not that we were surprised. Let's revert to launch. When it eventually does come down to it, though, I do think a recorded off-stream video isn't out of the question. To be completely real with you guys. Like, obviously, as much as I want to bring that to you live, there's so many technical problems that could happen, and I want to be able to, you know, obviously provide a good basis for, you know, what I want you guys to be able to watch, like obviously. So, I don't know. I'm still testing the waters, you know. I think this one will do just fine as well. Yeah, Valentine. Thanks for the first time chat, by the way. We're doing some testing for a Jewel 5 mission. So don't be alarmed. We're playing in Sandbox. But we're doing some testing, trying to see what landers work well, what doesn't. This will be my first time doing a Jewel 5. I've seen people do landers like this though, so we're trying to see how well that works. So far, it's been pretty good. If I can, you know, time my stuff right. Holy cow. That's gonna be my fault.
28
Oh,
stab wounds.
There goes my engines. Yo, thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. Dadgummit, I broke my engines. Hey, we're on the surface. We can at least land, and we've got most of our fuel left. What is that calculation? We've still got, what, like 5,000 Delta V? I wasn't really paying attention. No, it's completely fine. No, every time somebody follows, I always say, oh, I need to turn that alert down. I need to turn it down in my ears so it doesn't hurt people's ears. And then I immediately forget to do it. Because normally when it happens, I'm playing stuff. But I appreciate the follow. Really, I do. Well, okay, we at least know this thing can land. And it's got way more than enough Delta V when full to get... the Tylo lander is it is so infuriating. Oh my gosh. So I've got a lathe. I've got a SSTO. It's small enough to be launched on one flight. It's fine. I'm thinking... This is Val. We just did... we tested it on Bop, the smallest one, so it obviously can land there. But yeah, Tylo is the trouble child that I'm still trying to figure out. But this thing, yeah, this thing's more than able to land on the Val. I've just got to, you know, not absolutely screw the pooch when it comes to actually landing it. Because that was just completely mistimed on my part. But that's pretty cool. I like that design. That's fairly easy to launch. What does that look like weight-wise? Yeah, that one's gonna be, yeah, all the small non-atmospheric ones. Pole, Bop, and Val, yeah. Pole's right in the... If I remember correctly, again, first Joule 5, Pole is kind of in between Bop and Val in terms of size and Delta V requirements. So, obviously... If this thing can land on Val, it should be fine for Bop. And obviously... No, it should be fine for Pole. Bop is tiny. Bop is basically an asteroid in terms of size. So, this should be fine. It's more than landable. Oh, I do want to take these off. Yeah, Pole is chill. Good. Okay, cool. Cool. I do want to add some monopropellant though, because I think if I have my druthers, we're gonna dock it there, and that way we can use kind of the mothership of sorts to, you know, move big orbit stuff. Yeah, that's right. Bob's got the weird inclination. This thing though, even with all of the stuff, I'm still got 65 or 6.5 kilometers per second for Kerbin. That's not for Kerbin. What's for Kerbin? Joule, nothing, because you can't land there. Wow, thank you, calculator. Not Lathe. What do we want? Val, so Val, we're rocking 6.5 kilometers a second. Bop, same thing. Pole, gonna be the same thing roughly. Thrust away, it's gonna be different for each, but that's fine. Tylo, this thing, it's got more than it. So from what I've read, it's got more than enough Delta V. Like we were reading earlier, people suggest 5 kilometers a second. I did a no revert Moho with a nuclear landing stage. Exploded the first time. That Moho is actually the only place I haven't visited on the science mode of this playthrough. So this is like the sandbox version of the exact same save, essentially. That way I can test things in the, you know, the real environment that I have, comms wise and planet wise and whatnot. And yeah, Moho's the only one I didn't land on to get science and stuff from when I was filling out all my part requirements. I may have to try that. Obviously, again, I'm as others know, I'm not done with this series once I do the Joule 5. I'm going to get soft locked by killing too many tourists. Yeah, that might I can imagine why that would hurt your situation there. But yeah, Moho's the only one I have yet to land on, or land anything on rather. But I like this successful test of this. The Tylo Lander is where things get hard. So again, we read the rules of the... Yeah. that is a good way to put it. That's a very good way to put it. No, so we looked up the rules. I'm not going to follow, like, exactly the rules for a Duel 5, because if you go by, like, exactly the rules, part clipping like this, because I just don't like them to be sticking out all the way, part clipping like this would be a fail, because it breaks one of the rules. I don't care about stuff like that. I'm just trying to do the whole mission. Go there, land on each of the moons, come back. But one of the rules that I am going to follow is that you can go through the process of launching several flights to low Kerbin orbits, but once you leave low Kerbin orbit, you can't add any other pieces, which is going to be great for something like this. Yeah, I couldn't find what it was saying, like, aesthetic-wise, because it said, like, operations parts for things like, you know, reaction wheels or solar panels or batteries and whatnot. But that's kind of how I'm gonna go about it. If it's for the aesthetic, clipping's okay. If it's purely just because I don't want to see the part, well, I'm just gonna have to get over that. Like this thing, I would normally clip that down, but it's not a big deal with that. Exactly, that's what I go by anyway. So what was I doing? Command and control. I need small thruster blocks. Oh yeah, gosh, no. Yeah, it won't be anything like that. Okay. So we will... Actually, let's just do it this way. There we go. We should only need 4, because that should still get us... Let's just test it. Let's throw it to Kerbin orbit real quick, just to test the RCS. That's one thing that I have considered for this series. Like, sure, I go and do this in, obviously number 1 here. Kerbin. I need to go back and play Kerbal Space Program 1, or Kerbal Space Program 2, though. I got it. I bought it when it came out, or when the early access came out. I was so disappointed when the game got canceled. Okay. This is left. This is right. This is... okay. Actually, I should be looking at this way. Up. Down. Forward. Backward. Wait, no, I control from here. There we go. Forward. Backward. Left. Right. Up, or up, down. Okay. I like that. That's not bad. Yeah, just having the ones there. I may move for the sake of stability. Not launch, dadgummit. Come on, baby. But yeah, Kerbal Space Program 2. I need to get back into playing. Just because, like, obviously I know nothing's going to happen with the game anymore, so the state it's in is the state it's in, but, man, it looks so good. I was so happy with it. Alright, revert flight, vehicle assembly. Yeah, we had a regular the other week, last week when we streamed this on Wednesday. They recommended doing something like that, where you have that lunar lander style descent stage, like high thrust to weight, high delta V, and then your ascent stage, which can get you to orbit. But we haven't tested it yet. So that's something that I'm going to test off camera, just because it's going to take me so long to you know, go back and forth between, you know, testing and going from there. Okay. For the sake of stability, these are going to come a little bit further down. Great. Gonna save this, and we're gonna go to a new thing. 1.4 thrust rate was the lowest I could go. Okay. And it was struggling. Okay, so let's come over here. Do I have the... I do have... Wait. Is it this one? Did I say I was doing this one? I can't remember. Yeah, I crashed a few times. That's... I'm so glad that I've gotten past... When I was younger playing this game, I would have just the struggle of... I would crash so many times, and I would get so discouraged that I would just, like, stop playing for a little bit. And yeah, definitely not a no revert mission. I'm gonna have to do way better about the, like, quick saving feature, because it's gonna be bad if I go, like, fully on the no revert side. Yeah, this is my SSTO. I'm fairly certain this is my SSTO for the Lathe landing. Trying to make sure I had enough connection. Yeah. Huge orbital assembly. Like, I was trying to find a way to make this thing smaller. I'm just, again, despite the amount of hours I have in this game, I'm still learning things. But yeah, it's, quick saving is gonna have to be a big thing. I'm gonna need to make sure I know my quick key, or my hotkey for that. Alright, open shield. What size is this? Is that the full size? I think it is the full size. Yeah, it's the full size. I did do Eve. I just dropped a probe down, because I did not feel like going through the headache of trying to leave it at the time. Maybe that wasn't such a good idea, because it probably would have been good practice for Tylo. But, you know, we live and we learn. Let's just real quick, let's throw this out to Lathe, just so I got my action group set up right? I do. Okay. Save, launch. Eve does suck. It's one place I don't visit often, even when I'm doing, like, sandbox modes. Just because of high gravity, like a high gravity plus incredibly thick atmosphere. It's not fun at all. Alright. Oh, that's right. For this, I remember... Need to figure out what I'm doing for that. Because I forget that I don't have a lot of oxidizer. And I'm not bringing ISRU on this thing, because it can land without it. Depending on how good I aim, obviously. But let's just throw it to Lathe. We'll go low orbit. Oh, wait. Wait, do I not have my probe? Oh, that's right. I forgot I didn't put my probe back. Okay, hold on. We gotta revert real quick. We gotta do some... I showed everybody at the beginning of the stream that we had done our What was it? What was it? Oh, that we had, well, between last stream and this stream, I had gone through the process of launching a probe to Joule for the sake of communications, because that network is super thick near the core of the system, but very weak way out there. So let me see. Time for Twitch. It is the... Oh, did I not save? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Oh, I'm so crazy. Oh, there it is. Load. Yeah, there it is. Wait, I didn't save the booster? Why didn't I save the rest of the booster? Oh, wait, it's because I used one of my sub-assemblies. That's right. This one, why do I not have any of my sub-assemblies here? Alright, well, that's fine. We're just going to throw it out there anyway. It's in a... I can't say low Joule orbit. It's somewhere in between Lathe and Tylo. If I remember my order correctly. Let's, No, it's Val and Tylo. We had just like another number here. And then, for the sake of accuracy, let's just... This is quite funny to watch happen. Okay, good enough. That's right. I didn't make... My core here is not nearly as good as the one on the actual thing. So as long as I have like some kind of connection, that's what we're looking for here. Where's... Show me Lathe. Give me Lathe. Focus view on Lathe. Hermes 4. Wait, are we... Oh, I forgot that last stream it just turned into chaos and we just built a Victory Star Destroyer. Or we didn't build it, we flew it. That is still really funny though. Okay, Space Center, we gotta leave that there. Okay. From, Sorry, people are texting me. Let's do that again. Not because I have a second one out there, but because my core systems aren't nearly as boosted as they should be. Although I say that, like, practicing with more comms closer to where I'll be doing things isn't worse for me than not having it. Or whatever. I don't know, man. Let's, just add another 6 there, I guess. Where am I? Oh, I'm so far away. Probably not the number I wanted. 1? Why did I think that was going to change something? Suddenly I'm out here. You know what? We're gonna go with it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay. So now... Now, we go back to the space plane hangar and try this again. Open. So wait, am I using the Dart or am I using the Hermes? I can't remember. I mean, it's essentially the same vehicle, it looks like. Toggle mode. How do I suddenly... Huh? Huh? Oh, because it's already... Oh, okay. Maybe because when I was designing this one, I wasn't stupid. Good job, Peyton. Okay, what's my... That looks fine. Just out of the sake of principle, I like doing upturned wings. Because it makes the footprint slightly smaller without doing much to that thing there. Anyway, so I think I'm going with the Hermes 4 here. Save. Launch. I have a way more delta V in the rocket engine part. So clearly you don't own an air fryer. No, clearly, sorry. Clearly I was thinking better with this vehicle than I was the last one. Gosh, that's bright. It was very not bright a couple minutes ago. Built the smallest space plane, rebuilt it in KSP1. Is that what? Is there like a stock one of those, or did you just like pick your numbers? Pick your numbers. What? Pick your just your eyes. That's hey, fair enough. You know, fair enough. Whoops. Oh, yeah. Yeah, most of that is purely going to come from that portion. Okay. That should be enough. Just realized, why does this thing not have stability control? Why is it... Like, obviously, it clearly has it. But why is it not doing the thing? Anyway, obviously, you're trying to... I'm trying to aim for land. Because that will make everything easier. Like, for using vehicles, just the same in my rover, just slap it on anything. Yeah. And it's one thing that I am considering as well with this, like, just to see, does it have enough Delta V? Like, could I use this for another lander and, like, just reorient something else to be more efficient somewhere else? Like, it's stuff that I've got to test. I hope that my two here don't mind the flat spin here. Okay, and so as soon as I can get rid of this flat spin, and instead turn it into a exaggerated roll, which I have not done. Fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, with a flat spin, all you gotta do is just slowly turn it into an exaggerated barrel roll. And there you go. And I'm going to keep our engines off as long as we can, because we still got plenty of altitude. And we got plenty of speed as well. So there's no reason to activate those engines for now. Yeah, I'm not worried. I've still got, yeah, 790 meters per second relative. And 25, just 24 kilometers now. Yeah, we got plenty of time here. That was a really smooth recovery, though. That's probably, I can't say it's one of my smoothest, but it is on the smoother side. Because most of the time, it just kind of just happens. Okay, we're about to, obviously we're supersonic. I just realized this song is a little bit on the louder side on my end. Hopefully it's not bad. It looked nasty. Anyway, I hope this song's not too loud for you guys. It's definitely louder on my end of things. So hopefully it's not too bad. Yeah, most of this episode's pretty quiet. Just the goal. Bleed off a little bit of speed, trade it for directions. Try and land somewhere in this area here, because I know this is mountainous. This is one big time, though, that I really wish my my joystick wasn't broken. Or wasn't dying, rather. It's not broken. It's just got a stupid dead zone. Alright, at this point, I have made the land with no issue. So now I need to worry about getting down, and then I just flare. No, you are completely fine. No, I do appreciate it on these streams. We're at the point in the playthrough that my bounds of knowledge are at its like stretching the most I can. And so no, I do appreciate, on KSP at least, I do appreciate the backseating. Because I know that there are people who have commented in chat and who've played more than I have. So, like, you guys have a wealth of knowledge I don't. So you were completely fine. That is, oh, that's the wrong button. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. We're fine. We're just a little fast right now. We're good and gliding. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, we're so tasty, so fresh. Look at that. Hey. We're gonna crest this ridge here. Go ahead and press the brakes. I do not have drogues. So the only reason I don't have drogues on this is because, yeah, the only reason I don't have drogues is I did a whole sandbox mode. Yeah, very low. That's why I love this massive wing. As hard as it is to get into a payload fairing, there are benefits to having a massive wing like this. But no, I've got a whole like sandbox playthrough that I did just on my own. That was just flights to and from Lathe, and it's where I learned how to do single stage to orbit things, at least for Lathe. I'm still learning on the Kerbin side of things. This one's a pretty close one. This one's been my best bet shape-wise. But yeah, we used absolutely no fuel coming down, so all we needed was the deorbit fuel. So let's use this mountain to our advantage. Turn on these jet engines. And here we go. Obviously we would stay, get out for a minute, plant a flag, all that, but I'm not going to do that just yet. There we go. Always use the drogues, testing landings on the VAB radar dish. Yeah. That's actually really smart. That's a really good way to learn that process. I still am very much I shoot it, and if it doesn't work, I'll just reload. Oh, did it? I'm glad that it was not intentional. I wish I could say that it was. And we're at a point where it is aerodynamically just doing its own thing. So I'm just gonna let it. I'm on air breathing mode. Honestly, that's a pretty good way of doing that. YouTube shorts of landing in weird places. Okay. Our apoapsis is great just on its own, so we're just gonna cut throttle here. We're just gonna make sure this altitude, as long as it stays 90's a pretty good distance there. And again, we still have 1.5 kilometers a second of rocket propellant, so we're good there. But that will be fun to watch. I used to watch a ton of Kerbal Space Program content on YouTube. So if you had made something like that like a couple years ago, that 100% would have been like in the rotation constantly. Obviously I would still watch it now. But yeah, alright. Atmospheric effects. 94.3. We are more than fine there. Let us warp up a little bit further, just so we're not just using fuel. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. When KSP 2 is one of the games that I had planned. I hadn't started streaming yet at the time, but it's one of the games that I had planned on playing on stream when I eventually got the chance to. And unfortunately, by the time that I got good and settled with kind of my flow of things, it's obviously what happened. Okay, let's move up a little bit more. I'm gonna move it right next to the apoapsis, because we shouldn't need a bunch to get the rest of this. And there you go. Orbit. I hope, I genuinely do hope that someone has bought that IP from Take-Two. Like, what Take-Two did, as much as I appreciate the start they gave it, and the fact that they, like, tried to give the people who were actually running it a chance, I genuinely wish that... I hate to say it this way, I wish they had cared more about it, because it just, like, I understand on occasion you have to make, like, staffing cuts, it happens, just an unfortunate side effect of life, you know? But it's so sad they just closed the entire office, which meant they also closed that game and all the other, like, it just... really bad decision on their part. I'm hoping that it gets given, at a minimum, to another Take-Two team. And it's just taking them this long to figure out what team's taking it. And at most, I hope that the IP gets sold to somebody and they finish making it. Because, man, it was such a cool roadmap. I was so looking forward to it. But yeah, I could see them doing it. Alright, so yeah, I need to get back into it, because when I did play it, I loved it. But it was in the first couple of weeks. And so obviously, yeah. But yeah, we can get back to orbit, no problem. That's good to see. And we still have enough, 622 meters per second. We can adjust our orbit a little bit as necessary, if we end up actually needing to do so. So we're just gonna use what's left of our fuel here, and I'm at the mercy of the atmosphere here, so... Nope. And there it goes. Oh, it stopped spinning a little bit. Oh, it went down fast. Holy cow. Oh, now we've entered the flat spin. What the heck? Come on. Come on, do the thing. There we go, now it's stable. For the most part. There we go. Alright, we're just gonna see how fast we can hit the ground. I apologize to my two Kerbals that are in the vehicle. Your sacrifice was noble. Let's actually, let's see if we can just black them out. Oh, we can't. That's right, because it's sandbox mode. We can do that on the It's durable enough. Let me crash real quick, and there it goes. Well, we could have survived if we hadn't hit the water. All right, let's go back to the tracking station. Roommate just got back home, so I'm gonna go to be right back real quick. We're gonna talk for a second, and then we'll close out the stream here with oh god, I forgot about all the I forgot I didn't turn off all my debris, so all of the pieces of the destroyer are still here. Let's turn those off. Yeah, the first rendition's got a crew cabin, so you can carry a little bit more. All right. Anyway, gonna hit the be right back. Y'all listen to the music for a little bit, and then I'll be back in a couple minutes. right, we're back. He's roommate's in the middle of doing new job stuff, which I'm super proud of him. We work at the same place right now. We trained in together, which is how we know each other, how we become friends, and he's about to move on to the next thing. It's a very very sentimental time, but he just wanted to talk about, he just went and turned in the 2 weeks, and we're very proud of him. Anyway, so let's talk plans, because I've only got about another 10-20-ish minutes or so left in the stream. I'm gonna hit that 2-hour mark, and then I unfortunately do have to go. But things that we for sure have so far. And I'm gonna see if I can't just merge them all into one, like, saved vehicle, which I probably can't at the moment, but yeah, the other vehicle, like you were saying, was my mind just went blank because I can barely read my screen. I looked down at my phone. Anyway, like you were saying, Calamity, the other vehicle, yes, the other vehicle had an extra passenger cabin, so it was able to carry more. What I'm probably gonna take with me for this, I need to add experiments, which will reduce my efficiency a little bit, because it is extra weight. But I'm taking everything that I can except for, you know, what is it called? Everything except for Science Junior. Because that is a ton of extra weight. Not a ton, but it is a lot of extra weight. With that, that's going to be attached in some way to this big old thing. This is going to be the front section. It's got all of the orbital science pieces, plus our final re-entry vehicle. Because when we leave Joule, we're going to leave a lot at Joule. My goal is going to be to only take the mothership back. So we've got that. We're going to save and continue. And then let's go VAB. And then Tylo Test 5. Crap. I pushed the wrong button. Undo. Whoops. Merge. Great. So we have this lander. We have the SSTO. That's the Lathe lander. We have the... And we have the Joule mothership. Okay. Fantastic. Okay. Right now it's probably looking like I'm gonna have to add... I think what I'm going to try and test is see if I can't just make a descent module for this thing. Like you were saying, Calamity. Making it like an Apollo style, because this thing has enough to leave, if I remember correctly. Let's see about the... So, Delta V, Tylo, 0.5. Okay. That number is obviously going to go up. I think I can get off the surface of Tylo with this. You know what? Let's not think it. My friends, let's actually go test that. And that's going to have to be a position. Set position Tylo. So I still got... Yeah, I've got plenty of time. I got enough time for this. So, if I build a descent module, again, for Tylo, you need high thrust to weight, which there's honestly not going to be a ton. Let's go... Actually, I should... maybe not. Let's go 90 degrees. Great. Okay. Extend solar panel. Right. So, 2 engines. I have 800 seconds of ISP. 6.5 kilometers per second of delta V. And 1,000 seconds of burn time, essentially. Let's just see if we can get to orbit from here. Because if we can, that's going to mean some pretty good things for a descent stage. 3, 2, 1. Never mind. Why did I even think that was going to work? Of course it wasn't going to work, because my thrust to weight is 0.5 right now. Well, why is it that color? Oh, why is it that color? Oh. Anyway, sorry. Yes, it's going to add extra weight. But I think it would be funny. Actually, this would have to be like here. Actually, you know what? So 2 of those boxes is 0.2 tons. If I... Oh yeah, let me just attach a bunch of these things. Sick. That should be more than enough. Leaves our sides free and also should reduce our weight slightly for that piece. Well, what we'll do, this is less than a ton, but it should give us plenty of thrust. 95 meters per second. Are you kidding me? Maybe it won't give us enough thrust. Okay, so it can't be that. Let's just see. Sure. Okay. Okay. Genuinely the only problem with a stage like this, that is, what the heck, is the fact that, you know, we have to worry about... God, I can't think today. Holy cow. The part we have to think about is the fact that we now for sure have to bring a ladder with us. Because again, gravity and all that. Why did I do this tank? Just get 2 of the bigger ones. And you just did... Wait, what tank did I just use? Oh, it's this thing. Great. And then what I'll do is... this... Does this give us enough thrusts? 980 meters per second. That's probably not enough. Well, who knows? Let's try this. 1.6 thousand meters per second. Let's try it. Let's try it one more time. Bill overload. There we go. Oh, why is it doing that? What the heck? Just to get us in the air. Am I still accelerating is the question. I am indeed still accelerating. Right? No, I'm not. I'm not accelerating. Okay, so as much as I want to repurpose this stage, I do think it's gonna need its own lander. That is what it's looking like. Yes, I'll have to go to the drawing board. Come up with something. So. Okay, so my plans, I'm going to try and play this weekend like I did after last stream. Again, we've got our lathe lander, we've got our bop, pole, and vow lander in this thing, which we know works for each of those because we have indeed tested it. And we have the beginnings of our mothership, at least the science and the return craft portion. We just need to build the actual booster stage that will get us out there, and obviously the rockets that will get us up to orbit. I'm hoping that by the time I get I stream again next Wednesday, I'm hoping by then I will be able to show you guys some screenshots or maybe even some video of the launches to low carbon orbit. But I think that's what we're going to try. If everything goes well, that's what we're going to try and be by the beginning of next Wednesday's stream. But that is a fairly good stopping point for now, I think. I don't know that there's much else I can test without going grossly over my my time limit, because again, I do need to gotta head out here pretty soon. Stream needs to be done by 6:30 Central, and I'm running up on 6 minutes left. So I may have to stop it before I even hit my 2-hour mark. We will see what happens. But anyway, I'm gonna try and do some exposition here. Thank you, KJ Calamity, for being here. I really appreciate you, both for the follow and both for chatting. Really appreciate the advice. For anybody else, including KJ there, who's never seen my streams before, I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and sometimes on the weekend. My next stream will be Friday. It is story day, like always. Fridays is story days. We're playing through the Valve games right now. So Half-Life 2 is our current thing. Last Friday we left off. We were in the tunnel to go to Ravenholm. So that is where we will be when we start Friday's stream. But let's see, what else? Follow the VOD's channel. Check out the VOD's channel in case you ever want to catch a stream that you might have missed. There is a backlog of videos going on that channel here in the next couple days. So if you have not seen any of my streams before, it's a great place to go check it out. Link should be in the channel description here on Twitch. Check out the Discord. There should be a link there. If it doesn't work, somebody yell at me, and I'll get a proper one set up, because I thought I did it, but I might not have done it. Anything else? Anything else important I need to say to people? Again, I appreciate everybody being here. I have got well, I had a song, and then the song escaped me.